it's NFTNYC Day 2. I found my good friend Asher. Asher, how's it going?
Things are really good, Mona. Yeah, super happy to be here. Was here last year speaking, here again for a panel this morning, but it's been great, super exciting.
You said you did come last year. I want to ask you, how was the event different last year, do you think, than this year? What are you seeing this year? Some of the buzzwords maybe that we didn't hear last year.
Yeah, well, first off, I think, it's a bit smaller this year, but I think it's actually been a really good thing. There's a lot of really great networking happening, real business being done. And so, maybe a little less hype around some of the buzzwords and the PFP projects and things like that, but a lot of really exciting stuff happening. So you're seeing a lot more apps and websites popping up that are, creating real utility using NFTs and blockchain tech.
Yeah.
And so, that's been really exciting to see, how it progresses and how, it's continuing to kind of tap into different parts of our daily lives, whether that's sports, entertainment, music, healthcare, home ownership, whatever it may be. So
you said daily lives, and that's very important. We're talking a lot about use cases, and you are the bridge that connects the technology to real life use cases.
Exactly.
Tell us how you are and your company is getting people excited to care about NFTs.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it, to be frank, is, we make it as easy as possible to get onboarded. So when you're buying a ticket using Tixology software, we fully integrate into the sites of the customers we're working with, whether that's venues, event producers, teams, but then making it easy. So if you've never had an experience with NFTs or a crypto wallet, you can go through and buy a ticket using your credit card and you're issued an NFT. So it excites me. We have customers today that have gone through the process of buying their first NFT without even knowing it. So I think that's a really exciting piece. Let's make it accessible and make it easy and get people excited about what they get by, interacting with the space.
All right, I'm here with Wendy. It is day 2 at NFTNYC. How has your experience been so far?
It has been great, like a learning experience. So excited to see communities and people in real life. So it's awesome.
Yeah, I particularly myself, I'm seeing way more women this year. How has your experience been talking to other women at NFTNYC?
It has been amazing because actually I have seen, like you said, like more women, more Latin women that are like doing something into the Web3 space, not just Latinas, but overall girls. So it's exciting to see that we have opportunities, that more projects comes from women. So that's amazing.
What stands out to you this year at this event than before?
I believe there are more like leader women, like female founders, projects, and connecting with them. And especially for me, like a Latina, it has been like inspiring. So I will say that it's inspiring, learning from them and being here with them, supporting them.
Amazing. And looking for in the future, what do you like to see moving forward from events like NFTNYC?
I would like to see more like minorities coming from outside of the States. For example, having scholarships for people from Mexico, from Colombia, from Philippines, that they do have the opportunity to come to the States and be part of this.
Amazing. And last question, what do you want people watching at home who may not know anything about NFTs, especially women, what do you want to tell them?
There are opportunities in Web3 that maybe in the normal life you wouldn't find, but here you have a voice.
What do you love the most about NFTNYC?
Community, knowing people, knowing some of my community, creating content. So I think that, connecting.
Thank you so much, Wendy.
Bye.
All right, it's NFTNYC Day 2. I'm here with Mahmoud. How is it going for you on Day 2?
Not too bad, not too bad. It's been going great, actually, yeah.
Yeah, did you come in last year?
No, I didn't. It's my first year.
So this is your first year at NFTNYC. What's standing out to you the most?
The vibes. I mean, everyone's here. Good energy. A lot of people I like. A lot of people good friends. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, I wouldn't be here anywhere else,
I'm sure you've been attending a ton of sessions. Tell me what session stood out to you the most so far.
Yeah, there's a session on NFT derivatives. Matter of fact, with my old professor at NYU, so I had to support her, But yeah, it was really good. A lot of learning, which is great. I mean, every conference I try to learn my best on, and this was a part where I learned a lot in. So yeah, really good.
What about NFTNYC in specific gets you really excited?
Yeah, I mean, the education, realistically speaking. I mean, I met a lot of good people. I've learned a lot by a lot of peers of mine. But the thing is education. You speak to regular people on a one-on-one conversation, you learn so much. You learn a lot. I mean, you learn about legal, you learn about finance, you learn about art. It's everything, and it's really incredible for me.
Why should people outside of this building pay attention to NFTs?
It's the future. I mean, everything we do here, everything you see here is basically an early access to what the future will be in like 5 years, 10 years by now. And being at the forefront of innovation and change is really, really inspiring and really, really nice to see, So people outside, come on in, you'll learn a thing or two. You'll see what the future is going to be like in 5 or 10 years, and it's great.
I loved that answer so much. I'm going to ask you that question one more time, but I want you to start your answer by saying, now I'm trying to backtrack myself. I'm going to ask you, why should people from outside of this building care about NFTs? And you can start it with NFTs are. Let's start it that way.
Okay,
cool?
perfect.
Okay. Why should people outside of this building, people that may not know much about NFTs, start paying attention to NFTs?
Yeah, NFTs are the future. When you go to NFTNYC or really any conference or any event regarding NFTs, you see what the future will look like in 5 or 10 years. And having that early access before anyone else really has it is really life-changing. You learn a lot. You'll meet a lot of great people in the forefront of innovation. It's a great place to be. You learn a lot, and you're going to see where the market's going in 5 or 10 years.
Mahmoud, thank you so much for sharing your insight with us. Enjoy the rest of your event.
Likewise.
Thank you. Wendy, it is day 2 at NFTNYC. How has it been for you so far?
Yeah, it's been great. It's cool. This is my second time at NFTNYC. So last time I have a lot of fun, exploring different kind of parties. And this time I think I will focus more about talks and to really listen to the fellows in NFT and what they are doing, especially in this kind of a bear market, and what kind of project that people are building. I will be very excited to hear more about that. Yeah.
Wendy, I know your background, but I want people at home who are watching to learn about your background and why is it important for women to start paying attention to NFTs?
Yeah, I think you asked a very important question. So to first answer your first half question, so I am a kind of a journalist turned builder. I had over a decade of experience reporting business and financial news from across the globe, I can say. And as you mentioned, I think women is especially important to present and to get involved in the innovation of crypto and blockchain and NFT specifically. My first journey in Web3 actually began in last year at Consensus, and I have a very strong feel when I step into the venue of a conference. I feel there are so few women. Yeah, so we're actually different women. We talked about this topic just outside of the ladies' room, and I think women often being left behind of technology innovation, especially I based in Silicon Valley. I know actually there are more and more opportunities providing for women, but women just need to push themselves a little bit forward and to welcome those kinds of new technology. And especially in NFT, actually there's a lot of opportunities for women, especially because this is not that hardcore technology space, compared with DeFi or other kind of spaces. So actually, women can lead and can also involved in many different roles, like operating, marketing, and all those kind of media and entertainment things. Yeah. So yeah, I definitely think women should pay more attention, to what's happening here at today's event, and more broadly to pay attention to what's happening in Web3.
What are you excited about when it comes to NFT NYC?
Yeah, I do like, the vibes here, and, to really connect with the community in a very directly way. Like I said, last year we attended a lot of parties, and we really talk to each other, who are in this communication. This is especially important. I know we're talking about the Metaverse.
Things, and we're still so early, right? I guess I would. That's such an interesting question.
Gaming, Metaverse, regulations, AI is coming in. We're hearing a lot of AI.
Yes, AI is definitely going to be a huge thing that's coming in the future here. Everything from ChatGPT and the art realm is mind-blowing, right? So you see the traditional artists making the plunge too. So sooner or later, Web 2 is just going to migrate to Web 3, and if you don't have a blockchain strategy, you're just going to get ran over.
All right, who says there are no women at NFT events? I got them right here, and they are beautiful and talented. They just got off the stage. They had an amazing session, at least based on what I heard. Let me have you ladies first tell me your experiences. NFTNYC Day 2, how has it been for you so far?
It's been really exciting to see all the different projects featured, everything from the amazing artwork to meeting some of the best thought leaders in this space, and just everybody coming together from around the world to celebrate technology and art.
Rena, what is standing out to you the most this year?
This is the first NFTNYC that's actually featuring Bitcoin NFTs. Ordinals are very popular right now, and I haven't seen anything quite like it.
That is a very new concept that's being introduced to the community. Tell us a little bit about the project, and why do people outside of this building who may not know much about Bitcoin, why should they pay attention?
So Bitcoin NFTs are actually the first NFT to be ever created. Rare Pepe on Counterparty 2016, well before CryptoKitties and everything that came later on Ethereum. What I like about ordinals is that they are inscribed on the most durable, decentralized blockchain to exist, Bitcoin. There is nothing that emulates sound money like Bitcoin, and this is immutable forever.
Yeah, absolutely. Anastasia, I want to come to you. Can you talk to us about why is it important for women to start paying attention to NFTs and the Web3 space? What opportunities are here for them?
Sure. I think there are lots of opportunities, and just because like Web3 space is still sometimes believed to be male-dominated space, it's not like this, and I think it's exciting to see more female creators, more female entrepreneurs joining the space. And since, let's be honest, it's like emerging space, everything is not like around for a really long time, there are more opportunities and spaces for females to bring creativity and also find the solutions to like issues we are having around here. And I believe like now, of course, if they started a couple of years ago, it would be perfect, but now it's still like so early. And for example, as the ladies mentioned, the Bitcoin NFTs, they just like bumping, they're flourishing this year, and it's an amazing moment for them to join Bitcoin blockchain with their creativity, like to start building like dApps on top of Bitcoin, to start minting collections on top of Bitcoin, and I think now is like perfect time.
Speaking of perfect time, we have to also talk about a lower barrier to entry for women. Women are creative. We love creativity. We love to be creative, and this is the place for it. What do you think is the best lower barrier to entry for women that maybe find this space a little intimidating to consider?
Well, I think one thing we have to remember is that so far, only 5% of the world is crypto holders. So there's so much opportunity for new talent here. And that's one thing that's just been so exciting is to enter into communities that are really inclusive of women. So it's time to take new strides, take new challenges, and yes, it is a steep learning curve at first, but there's so many resources out there. There's even some things called decentralized DAOs, and essentially they're communities where we can come together, and there's one specifically dedicated for women, and support each other. And that's really what's so important, is just finding ways that we can support each other as women in the community.
Absolutely. Rena, what are you excited about when it comes to NFTs?
I'm excited for the opportunity to create different styles of NFTs. We have seen kind of the standard just art pieces, but now you have NFTs to create music albums or movies and actually earn royalty rights as a community. That hasn't happened in like traditional media whatsoever, and this is different. I think NFTs have the power to relay information in a way that's immutable for yourself, and so that digital identity via NFT is uniquely for you.
Thank you for that. Last question. What about NFTNYC, the event itself, stands out to you the most?
I think that's community. It's that we all coming from around the world to network, to meet each other, to collaborate, to explore the new opportunities, to learn about what's happening over the space. And I think we're all in touch over Twitter. We are all there, like Discord, Twitter, and etc. But this is a moment of like in real life meeting, like IRL meetings. It's like the best because you finally can see the person behind the PFP. You can finally like meet, greet each other. You can discuss, and I think people in person gonna tell you a bit more, and also you have more opportunities to kind of explore ideas or collaboration together, because I know someone is scared as to type something that's gonna be used against them or something, but while you're like in real life, you're meeting each other, you're feeling more relaxed, you are more happy to share, and I don't know, I think all the events amazing. It's really great experiences. We are able to see the art, we are able to see artists in real life whom we like, but for me, I think it's just like, it's people. It's what makes me excited, it's people, it's how much creative people around, how many smart people, amazing like developers, like product business developers, everyone just like how they passionate about what they're doing, what they're building, and how they're trying to change like the space and the world and everything.
Ladies, thank you so much for sharing your insight. I do want to do something before I let you go. I want you to describe NFTNYC in one word. So I'm going to come to you. If you're ready, Alex, I'm going to come to you maybe first.
Oh my God, I'm scared now.
Who has it right now in their mind? Okay, well, all right. The rest of you have time. In one word, what does NFTNYC stand for you?
I would have to say
Actually, let me have you start.
2 words.
That's fine. Let me have you start with NFTNYC is.
NFT NYC is inspirational. There are just so many resources available to people who are building in the space, and especially for artists. It's inspirational because you get to see all the incredible, beautiful artwork on display. You get to meet builders in the space and form new communities with each other and find ways to support. And yeah, I think that's why we're all here is to collaborate in regards to the inspiration with NFTs.
NFTNYC is.
NFT NYC is magical. This is the only place where you have anyone from every walk of life in crypto coming together to create and collaborate together. You build your community from scratch here, and everyone is so welcoming and kind.
Thank you for that. And lastly, NFTNYC is.
Let's say iconic, because every event is totally different, and I think during every event we build in like history and something iconic happens. So I will just stay with iconic.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much, ladies, for sharing your insight and experience, and we can't wait to see you again next year.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, it is day 2 at NFTNYC.
Day number 2.
Day number 2, and I am here with the man himself, Ian Utilli, co-producer, and just the extraordinary. You started day 2 with the Future track.
Yeah.
You emceed the entire track. We're finally letting you loose. How did it go for you today?
Well, it's a joy. Yeah. I get to learn from all these amazing, brilliant people. I get to create a comfortable environment for them to come and go. I think the job of an MC at an event like this with 1,500 speakers is to not make it about themselves. So my main priority is just not to talk about me, not to pay attention to me, just to make it about the panels and the talks and celebrate the speakers and acknowledge the huge sacrifice they've made to be here and to share with us. So for me, I loved what I heard, and I felt like it was a wonderful dance that was going on in the Future stage today.
Speaking of loving what you heard,
Yeah.
What was the vibe like this year? What are you hearing mostly on the stages?
Well, there's not a mostly. With so many different diverse speakers, you're just going to, the one consistent thing is there's not consensus on things that don't matter. So all the different things that don't really matter, people completely disagree on. And then there's very minimal consensus on things that do matter. And that's why you have the maxis and the this and the that. The one thing I would say is the speakers that are honorable, the speakers that talk about their competitors in a respectful way, they definitely are going to be in a much more favorable position as this industry blossoms and is birthed, because I still think we're in the third trimester in the womb, compared to those that are jumping on stage and kind of going ego. So that's one thing that I notice. Nothing specific, but just it's a little bit of an energy. And so from time to time, I think, gosh, how can I help to facilitate the most honorable, respectful, kind atmosphere so that people can feel like there's collaboration, they can see the good in other people's opinions and not always have to just shoot. Although I do like the confrontation, I do like the disagreement, as long as it's done in a kind and respectful way.
Of course. Looking at this year's event, what are you excited about the most at NFTNYC?
Well, seeing my friends. So it's a little different for me because this is the 6th event we've done. It's the 4th we've done in 17 months. So being able to be back together with my friends, many of whom I'm either business partners with or we have strategic partnerships. So it's also just practical and logical. Like, it's hard to get together. So that's my selfish reason. Today, this is unique. I brought my 2 sons with me, 10 and 14 years old. They were with me in 2020. So my whole perspective this year, I'm trying to put myself in a childlike place. I'm trying to come with awe and wonder. And I think that the team has really made that easy for us. You know, what Jody and Cameron and the rest of the team have done in facilitating this experience, I believe they met and exceeded most everybody's expectations. And they've caused people that came here like, oh no, what's going to be like in the bull market, to come here and say, or in the bear market, and come here and say, wow, are we going back into a bull market? Because the energy and the environment, this is a really nice environment. I'm very, very pleased with what we've done.
What are you excited about NFTs moving forward?
I am most excited about the ability to remove middlemen, the ability to decentralize, the ability to automate most things. So my excitement has anything to do with like speculative investing or flipping, which I've never really engaged in. My excitement is like, I think we can replace the DMV soon. I think we can replace title companies for homes soon. I think that we can, save a tremendous amount of time and money with all these different processes that are manual that really shouldn't be. And then also, I do love what's in place with games and collectibles and BFPs and sports. So I'm about it all, but I really am about saving humans time and automating things, trustless systems, trustworthy systems, permissionless systems, like the way that we have these things structured with smart contracts. I think it's best for humanity that these things are going to happen, and I think it's inevitable anyways. So at least I'm happy about the inevitability of it all.
Absolutely. And one final question. For the folks who are outside of this building, who may not know what NFTs are, why should they pay attention to events like these and to NFTs?
Well, if you're not here, why should you pay attention to this event? Well, most likely, if you like sports celebrities or actor and actresses celebrities that you look up to, that you'd love to have access to, some of them are probably involved, and they're giving greater access. So if that turns you on, then that would be a reason to kind of maybe investigate. The NFT industry is likely going to become a multi-trillion-dollar a year financial driver. It will definitely impact just about every part of society in the next decade, just like we're talking about with ChatGPT and AI. And so whether you like what's happening or not, to not at least investigate and have an open mind to what this is all about, it might not be in your best interest, because at some point you're going to have to get involved and investigate NFTs regardless, just because this automation technology, whether we call it NFTs in the future or not, is certainly going to be, it's going to permeate everything. So if that's the future, and if some of the smartest people in the world are declaring that and being faithful, even though the downturn has happened and people are still here because they believe in the technology and what is to come and they see that it's working, I think everybody should at least lean in a little bit.
I mean, you said it best. Thank you so much. I know you're a busy guy. You have the next place to go. Thank you so much for taking the time.
I have something to say.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So I want to say how impressed I am with you.
Oh, thank you.
You are definitely...
He's embarrassing me now. He's embarrassing me.
You're definitely, I say it privately, I want to say it publicly in your camera.
Oh, man.
You're definitely one of my favorite journalists in the Metaverse Web3 space. I love the content that you produce. I like your style and how you do it. I like the people that you have around you as part of your team. Everybody I've ever introduced you to has been grateful I've done so, and I just think you bring a lot to the table here, and I'm so glad that you came to join us.
Oh my gosh, guys, I am blushing. Thank you so much. And the feeling is very much mutual. Thank you. Thanks,
Okay.
Cian. Thank you so much.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Till next time.
Till next year.